Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Rimworld, Alpha 15 this time. So in the last few days I've been trying to continue the Alpha 14 series to a point where I felt satisfied with ending it. I'm just gonna start an Alpha 15 colony instead. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a slightly modified version of the scenario that I wrote last time. Shipwreck Soldiers, Alpha 15 version. We'll start with 5 people. Bit more chance to get these traits among them. We'll start with the same research, most of the same things, except we also get a bit of go juice. What is go juice, you might ask? It is one of the drugs that is recently introduced with Alpha 15. It is basically a combat drug. And they seem to have rewarded the difficulties here. It's now intense rather than challenging. Well, we'll be sticking with Cassandra Classic on Intense then. And we have a new thing here, it's called the Learning Helper. It tells you about things you might already know, you might not yet know. And it'll automatically let you decide like, hey, I know about alerts, I don't need them anymore. And if we click on alerts, it'll tell you, you already learned this. We could go to things like, for example, friendly fire safety or things. We can mark things as learned if we already understand things. So that way you can tune the tutorial messages that you get. There's also a new tutorial right over here which will take you through the basics. But I don't need that. And frankly, I'm here to do a let's play of the game and not show you how to learn it. But I will say, I have gone through that little tutorial. It is a lot more helpful than the previous tutorial was if you're new to the game, so I can highly recommend it for newcomers. And that's good, because Rimworld occasionally, well, I say occasionally, Rimworld really struggled with teaching new players how to play. So I think that this new tutorial thing is good. We'll be playing on Terry's map here, and I like to go to another boreal mountainous forest like we went last time, so I will be picking out a good spot. I will be setting up colonists and I will meet you momentarily. Alright, so I found a decent bunch of colonists. We found a decent boreal forest mountainous to touch down in, and now let's take a look at our colonists that we will be landing with. We have German UKZ James Graham over here. UKC James is one of my patrons over at patreon.com/Derpdigital and has pledged enough to get his name in the game. Still working on the end slate, listing all the people for that reward, but this is the first Patreon reward and you will be seeing this in more of my playthroughs as time goes on. People that pay enough can get their name in my YouTube series now, so if that is something you might like, you might want to head on over to patreon.com/Derpdigital. It's only if you want to, of course. I'm not gonna withhold any content from anyone. But anyway, moving on. UKC James here was a cult child and became a conceptual artist. His traits are sanguine, physically deaf, and cold lover. Seems like a decent trait. He's got 15 artistry, so he's going to be helping us earn a lot of money. He's incapable of intellectual, so no research. He can't do any caring, so no social. And no hauling, which is a bit unfortunate. But he's got a burning passion for shooting. And an interest in growing. That helps. His relationships, he's married to Lisa Graham, which we will take a look at a little bit later in this video. Moving up, NG. A foundry apprentice who became a combat engineer. We've seen NG before, although not this exact version. NG in this game has a green thumb and is a capable shooter. Shooting skill of 10, so you know. Construction at 9 with a burning passion. Growing 5, again burning passion, it's gonna help us. And crafting of 11, so NG here will be quite capable of building us guns. Her health includes an alcohol addiction. So you can actually get addicted to drugs now rather than just hungover. And you can overdose on drugs and die, which is really bad. Let's try and avoid that. Moving on, we've got Clover, who's a drifter. Was born as a test subject and became a drifter, incapable of caring, social, scary, and firefighting. Traits include bloodlust, hard worker for a global work speed increase, and basically deaf, so no drones for you. 9 shooting, 6 construction, 4 growing, and 3 mining with some interests all around. Not great, but definitely not a bad person to have. Next up, Lisa Graham, our defector. Married to UKZ James. 93 years old chronologically. Ugh. Shopkeeper who became a defector. She left the oppressive dictatorship where he lived. Incapable of art, which is why she might have married UKZ James, because he is a magnificent artist and she admires him. She's heat tolerant and a masochist. With 9 shooting, 8 medicine, so Lisa here will be our acting doctor for the time being. And overall not a bad set of skills. Last but not least, Firefan44, another of my patrons. It was a street urchin who became a serial murderer. 10 shooting with a burning passion, 11 melee. Traits include jogger for extra movement speed and pessimist. So Firefan44 will be our militia chief leading the defenses. Now that's about it. Let's get crash landing on this planet. Almost there. Transport ships being shot down and everything. Ah, there we go. Summer. Oh, it's first of summer. Your planet had just become spacefaring. Your technology was nothing compared to the federations and corporations already inhabiting space. They destroyed your fleet. Some marines from a transport ship reportedly crash-landed nearby on a Rimworld. Can you guide them to survive and perhaps even thrive in this hostile planet? First things first, we appear to be in a quite decent position. I've gone for a relatively large map again. We'll be crash-landing over here. That does lead to some options. We could dig in roughly over here. It doesn't look like there's anything ancient nearby. It would narrow the approaches we have into these areas. We could try and wall this off and make like the marsh the only area they could pass through. We could also go over here and have a single entrance. I'm sort of hoping there's a steam vent nearby somewhere, but there's not. The steam vents are always horribly placed. Like, there's one over there. Sure. There's one over there in the middle of nowhere. There's one in there as well. And another one right next to it. It's like the map's like, you know what? You need the worst spawning location you can have. This is gonna be a disaster. Let's see, UKZ James, you're gonna get a one of them. You can get the LMG. And we're gonna have one person that cannot have a weapon with them. It's probably gonna be Clover for now. I'm gonna give a bunch of people some stuff. There we go. And then I think I'll give it to NG. NG can have the last helmet. There we go. Right, we're going to be placing our stockpile right here. We're going to try and hunt this Arctic fox pretty soon, together with the turkey, to get some food in. We'll start our stockpile over there. And then we'll need to build a room pretty soon. What we also need to do is start including a large growing zone. Do we have any... Just a lot of soil. Just a lot of soil. No rich soil anywhere here, except for there. No, that's lichen-covered dirt. Gotta say, we have a very precarious position here. Though it might be okay in the end. There we go, we'll make that a huge field. We'll get a bunch of rice growing there. We'll also get a harvest order to harvest any bushes that may be around here. There we go. And the rest can just start hauling stuff. Simple priorities for now. Everyone can hunt. UKZ James incapable of hauling. That's gonna be a little bit annoying. Currently wandering. We'll get you over here for now. Cover and shooting. Most important thing to do is use cover. Mark has learned. Drug addiction. Withdrawal can have several negative side effects. After long enough in withdrawal, their addiction will end and the drug need will disappear. That'll be relevant for Angie, who is in her alcohol addiction. So we can see over here a special need for alcohol. Because of course, alcohol addiction. It's probably gonna reduce her for quite a bit, but after that we'll be rid of that addiction. You can see James is gonna fire on the turkey and just get rid of it. Try not to hit any friendlies. Although, that said, they did reduce the friendly fire chance. Harvest failed, oh. Yeah, you're only growing 4. So we shouldn't expect the world from our people, but it would be nice to have a decent start. We can mine some rocks over here if we want to. A little bit of stuff going in. Again, we'll try to not dig too deeply. We can have multiple entrances to sort of limit the possibility of getting a infestation, although they are definitely still something to keep in mind. We'll start hauling the goju's and everything first. Let's try and make sure nothing eats it. That would be really bad. And we'll sort of try to do the same that we did last colony, rather. Try to hold out with a decent, defendable position. We'll build a bunker a lot earlier. That's for certain. I'm going to try and do that a lot easier. And make sure that we can only be attacked from one side, if at all possible. Like we might funnel them over here, where we'll build a single bunker or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out soon. Let's get some furniture down. Let's get some sleeping spots temporarily. We're starting off with more people, so there's more wealth to begin with. We also have a lot more people that can help do things, so it's not going to take quite as long to get things done, which should in theory mean that we have a faster start. And I'm quite in favor of that. There we go, get more steel. We'll haul all the things. Can you actually degrade outside? Yeah, you can. So this is goju's. Gets us 30% moving, only 10% pain. And it's a synthetic combat drug developed for space marines. Only 6.5% chance of addiction. And it also gives 35% consciousness, which helps aiming and just about everything. It's very helpful to have. Got a lot of marble here, which is good. We've also got some granite, so we'll be able to build strong walls out of that. I like it. We're gonna go over there and haul stuff. I think it might not be a bad idea to immediately get started with power in this universe. A solar panel over there. We'll start perhaps digging an entrance over here. You know, it's probably good to start off right away. Just digging in, making sure that we have a roof over our head. And perhaps getting some bedrooms up pretty quickly. We'll need a stockpile inside as well. And that might be solved with the simple addition of building some walls over there. Then expanding a build roof area right over there. Might seem a bit weird, but it should definitely work. There we go, that should stop item degradation for a while. There's our solar generator, lovely. Some mining in here. Let's not do that yet. That would be a 7 there, so I'm gonna go for here and then go for a 5. There we go. That's gonna be where we start digging out the main hallway. Space for some walls on the side. We'll probably make it fancy marble at some point. There we go. We've got all the rice sown right now. That should help us in the coming times. Just trying to make sure that we actually make it there. Now, Arctic Fox, what are you going to do? You're going to try and hunt us at some point. I might tell UKZ James to go ahead and hunt this turkey. Yep, he's already doing it. Excellent. We'll try and get his shooting skill up high enough relatively soon. Oh, it actually... Ooh, that was new. I saw a huge arrow pointing to the turkey like, this animal, you idiot! That's actually very useful. I'm very happy that it did that. UKZ James, you're supposed to attack threats, not flee. The benefit from him going berserk at us is that we actually get a lot more experience now. Yeah, we get like 250 rather than 90-ish? I don't know. Oh, the red fox is cool. I want one. We're gonna tame one this playthrough. Angie's also joining in. Threats have to be dealt with by everyone. Yeah, you don't really need to not react. There we go. Come on, guys. Let's quickly flee. We don't need to... Oh, there we go. Oh, let's leave them rotting for now. I said leave them rotting. They're just bleeding. That's not rotting. Totally different. Angie, what? You killed it. Now it's gonna start rotting. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. We could deconstruct these granite walls for a bit of granite blocks. Should also give Clover some construction experience. And Angie. There we go. It's actually really easy. Really helpful as well. You should prioritize that, please. Just look at that. We're getting like 200 experience. Sorry, Angie. You really need to level up right now. I want it. Yes. Is that just a whole line of things we can claim here? Nope, we can only see the one. Right, so that might either be the last granite wall or just the last one we can find. Just the last one we can find. Fair enough. I mean, it's good training anyway, so we're going to keep deconstructing it. Look at that. So many granite blocks, how lovely. We can use that to kickstart our defenses. And Angie is so very close to level 10. It's going to be great. Just keep going for a while. Like, it's a little annoying that we can't see where the one block is supposed... Oh, there it ends. That's it. GG. It was worth an attempt. Worth a shot. It's good practice anyway. Now we're going to be able to build a lot better things a lot quicker. The turkeys have finally bled to death. I would say it's unfortunate, but they will serve as food in the coming days. Where are miners? Oh, Angie, you've got some talent in mining. I guess you can keep doing it. Yeah, we really don't have any miners. It's all a bit unfortunate if I say so myself. We'll need to work them on that quickly. Just getting that up. They're not even getting a lot of experience, which is unfortunate. At least we're digging away in here. You'll be able to eat in a minute, don't worry. I just need you to mine to level 4. For reasons! And this is exactly why I went for 5 people. That way there's going to be a lot more action going on. You can actually see their mood in the background now. Ooh. So if someone has a low mood, the bar isn't going to be quite as filled. I like it. It should now be going back up. Or not. I was about to say, he ate a meal, so he should be going back up, but nope. Still going down. That's fair enough. Can't really ask anything else of you. You're mining 4 now though, so that's good. At least we have that. Now, we don't have any marble blocks yet, do we? No, we don't. Let's see. Right, I've just been handed a pizza, so I'll be going to eat that in a minute. But yeah, we've got a decent start here. It'll be curious to see how long our patrons will be able to stay alive before they succumb to the dangers of the Rimworld. I won't be trying to kill them on purpose, but you know, accidents might happen. No one will argue that, I think. What we need first of all is probably a comms console, like really early on. I don't think we're able to move it, so we'll need to put it in a good spot. Minor break risk. Yeah, wow, I like it. It's like, yeah, this one, you silly. It actually points to them off screen if you don't... Ooh. That's really helpful. I like it. Thank you, Dev. New toys. Hehe. Okay, on a more serious note, we're probably going to dig a... We're actually just going to probably build a research bench outside. Get busy researching or get busy dying. We can look at research, but we can't do anything yet. We need... stone cutting, honestly. So I would like that to be sorted quickly. There we go. We'll tear those down. We now sleep inside. God, our people are moving up in life. Research, finally. Stone cutting, quickly. I need all the marble. Do we actually have anyone capable of research? Lisa. And Clover, by extension. Lisa is cloud watching. Yeah, they're all a bit low on things. Let's quickly build a horseshoe pin. Right there. Doesn't really matter where we put it. Let's also make another growing zone. I want to grow smoke leaf. Because one of the new additions here, of course, is drugs. We're going to be making all the dank kush, as they call it. Snoop Dogg ain't got anything on this. Manual work priorities. Yep. Very helpful. I'll probably switch over to that at some point. For now though, we've got that smoke leaf. Cultivated for psychological effects. Smoke leaves can be prepared into joints at the crafting spot. Takes about 6 days to grow. Ooh, soil fertility sensitivity. I did notice that they debuffed corn a bit, not croft, corn. So that'll be interesting to see how that comes into play. Make a dumping stockpile right about there. We'll start telling all the rocks over here to be hauled to infinity, maybe beyond. And we'll make a... actually, we'll cancel these two. Symmetry. We'll start digging a little kitchen over here, I think. Depends on what we find, honestly. We'll have at least a 5 here, and then make it a 6. Perhaps a 7, but that would probably stretch it out over to here, which is fine. Like, we can use this to build a cooling intake thingy jig. Yeah, the next episode we'll build our freezer here, but that's been it for this episode. I'm going to eat a pizza now. If you enjoyed this episode of Rimworld Alpha 15, do let me know by leaving a like down below. And let me know that Rimworld Alpha 15 is a series you wish to see continued on the channel. Why not let me know in the comments as well? If you want to see more Rimworld and are not yet subscribed to the channel, do consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you really like my work, perhaps consider supporting me on Patreon, like UKZ James and FireFan44. Really helps me out, and I do really appreciate it. It's all voluntarily, of course. Anyway, until next time, have a good one, folks.